was trending on Twitter for all the wrong reasons today. It has been apologising profusely after sending out a distasteful message on the social microblogging site that offended dozens of users. FNB's official Twitter account falls under the handle RB Jacobs. He replied to a Twitter user asking where Steve from the bank's adverts had gone. The reply mentioned the disabled and a bomb in Afghanistan. Shortly afterwards, the tweet was deleted and apologies were sent, including by the CEO. The bank tweeted that the reply was meant as a joke, but it was not funny. In a statement, FNB says it sincerely apologises, and it says the matter is being investigated and appropriate disciplinary action will be taken. Well, let's take a look at some of that fallout on Twitter today, starting with RB Jacobs. Of course, the original tweet was deleted, but there's one of the apologies, one of many, saying that FNB is deeply and sincerely apologetic for the tweets. The CEO then, Jacques Celliers, stepped in. He called it a wobble. Experts are investigating quickly, he said. And here's some of the reaction that followed. Nosipho, FNB is having serious PR problems. Jonathan, well done to FNB. Your so-called Twitter joke was about cripples and Afghanistan. It's disgusting. Window dressing failed big time. Roy Robot, so here they've taken away the Tipsy Tuesdays benefits of the FNB social media team. Lucky Lefty, at the same time, we have to commend their honesty and the quickness to apologise. It was in bad taste though. Mohammed, what a blunder about RB Jacobs and FNB. Poor tweeting from you guys. Finally, I am says, so is this FNB guy going to apologise to everyone who tweets about him? And there certainly have been a lot of apologies issued today. Well, we did invite FNB, and tonight it said there was no spokesperson available. To discuss, we're joined by the CEO of Cerebra and social media commentator Mike Stopforth. Great to have you with us, Mike.
Francis, thanks for having me.
You get dumb tweets, and then you get tweets that are distasteful, disgusting, and extremely stupid to send that. I would put that in the latter.
Absolutely. And I mean, held as a single event, it's inexcusable and undebatably distasteful. However, I must confess that in many ways I do sympathize with FNB. It's an enormous organization with massive inherent complexity. And to represent that diversity and that spread of offerings in a single brand voice on a platform like Twitter, with the amount of conversations that they engage in on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, something like this is going to happen eventually, and I guess does happen to any brand that is brave enough to step out into the space, and I guess unless you've been on the side of the organization that's trying to represent that complexity and journeying through the complexity of trying to be a human, I guess, on a platform that was built for humans, it's difficult for me to stand here and criticize.
Do you suspect it's quite a big team and they're trying to carry that informal voice and keep it consistent?
Absolutely. And again, this is, I guess, something that any corporation would face as a unique challenge when trying to engage on social media. It's impossible for one individual to represent the entire organization and all of its offerings and services and products. So you would have a team. And I guess any of South Africa's or global corporations would have a similar sort of practice. The challenge is that those teams are made up of individuals that are fallible. They're not robots. And I guess they do make mistakes like the one that was evident today. In defense of that employee, who I guess is not having the best evening, I would say that I would rely on the organization to equip and enable and inform and educate those individuals.
There have been warnings for years that if you have a social media account, don't put a junior staffer there, because this is a frontline thing that interacts with customers every day. So I guess another wake-up call to companies.
I've got to agree with you, Francis. I hear so many clients saying, you know, it's Twitter, how bad could it possibly be? Or it's Facebook. Let's put one of those interns that know something about Twitter or Facebook onto that account. But this is the published, archivable, searchable record of your brand's equity online. It is everything that you are in terms of service and engagement and awareness published in a public platform. And to put your I'm speaking out of turn here, but to put your worst paid, least motivated people in such a critical customer touch point, I believe is very narrow-sighted. Yeah.
And of course, legal ramifications as well. They could
100%, because it is published, yes.
Yeah. They did apologise pretty quickly. The CEO called it a wobble, though. And I want to repeat that we did invite FNB in. They are not here tonight. But can we say they have tried to own the problem today,
Absolutely.
at least on social media?
And again, I need to stand in defense of FNB. I mean, we represent a number of corporate clients, all of whom at some point in time, and maybe not to the degree of this specific tweet, but have stumbled or have tweeted something that they regretted afterwards. I think it is going to happen. No organization is perfect and no team of people are perfect. And unfortunately here, your mistakes are published. The ability to be honest, to claim that mistake and to own up and say it was unacceptable and we're sorry, I think is a differentiator. However, the ramifications of that will be interesting. You did mention in your market review that First Rank Group was 1% up on the day. So perhaps it's all noise, and perhaps it's all noise, and investors haven't changed their opinions. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your analysis tonight. That was the CEO of Cerebra, Mike Stopforth.